Don't you just hate when you paint your nails but the next day they start peeling and cracking and they just look horrible? I'd like to share some tips of what has worked for me to make my polish last longer. But if you're new here, I'd like to invite you to subscribe, or even if you're already subscribed, I'd like to invite you to click that bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. But now, let's get on with the show. Okay, for starters, we're going to start with the tool that looks like this, and it's called a cuticle pusher. It's double-ended, and this one looks like a little spoon on one side, and then on the other side it looks like a little scraper. So we're going to start pushing my cuticles like this gently. Now, I want to put emphasis that none of these steps that I'm going to show you hurt. If it's hurting, you're doing something wrong. You're being too rough on yourself. And I do this method of pushing my cuticles but never cutting. You never want to cut your cuticles because cutting your cuticles is just going to make them grow thicker and faster. So just push gently. And this is because you want to have a clean canvas on where to work with your polish. You want to have a clean area to work so that way you have a better area to paint your nails and your polish will better adhere. Now, this is what I'm doing with the other end of the cuticle pusher, the scraper. Now, you don't really see that there's cuticle on your nail bed, but there is. And if you don't remove that cuticle on your nail bed, it works like a barrier that does not allow the nail polish to completely adhere to your actual nail. So that's why many times if you don't remove that invisible cuticle that you can't see sometimes, that's why your nail polish is peeling and cracking and lifting. That's one of the reasons why. So that's why I suggest people pay very close attention to this step and remove that. And like I said, this step should not hurt at all. Then after I do that, I remove the dust or the cuticle and I go back again to make sure I have not left any behind. So just make sure you do this. I do this to all my nails all at once and I remove the dust or the cuticle. Actually, it's not dust, it's the cuticle. As you can see, there's quite a bit of it. Now I go in with a very fine nail file. This is a 180. So I'm going to do this very gently. I'm going with the finer, more delicate side and just go up and down or vertical on my nail. I'm not filing down the nail. I'm just making it a little bit coarser, my nail, or a little bit more porous so it better absorbs whatever product I'm going to put it in this case the nail polish. And then I remove the dust. Now we don't want to file down or thin down our nail and we don't want it to get hot. Here what you see here is a nail dehydrator, and I have a link, or I'll put the card up at the top of the screen where I show you how to make your own nail dehydrator at home, which is very simple. And this is a very important step. And what it's going to do to your nail is basically that, dehydrate it from the oils that we all have in our nails, which is good. But when we're having to polish our nails, we don't want to have excess oils because it acts like another barrier where it's going to make it slick. And so whatever nail polish we put, it's going to immediately start to peel off. So that's the purpose of putting a nail dehydrator on our nail, is to draw out the natural oil. So depending on how oily you have your nail, we can put 1 or 2 coats. In my case, I'm going to put 2 coats of this nail dehydrator and let that completely dry out the oils and then proceed with the next step. Like I said, if you want, I will have the link up at the top of the cards after this video. You can just click on it and it'll take you to DIY on how to do your own nail dehydrator at home. It's very easy and inexpensive. I suggest you go watch it. Now we're going to go on with the base coat. In this case, I'm using the Essie. It's an all-in-one. So it is supposed to be a base coat, a top coat, and then also a strengthener. So I decided to just go ahead and buy this one and, save the extra bucks between buying, different ones. So you can pause it here if you want to read all the different benefits or things that it claims to do. But look at this. I just love the Essie polishes bottles. It's so cute. But anyways, it's important to use a base coat because it's gonna, first of all, protect your natural nails from the pigments of nail polishes. So prevent from your natural nails turning yellow from all the pigments that nail polishes have. But also it provides a smoother surface so that the polish glides on and has a smoother surface to go on so that your polish doesn't look as bumpy as it would. For that, you can also use nail fillers, but that's a whole nother subject. We're keeping it easy. Now here's a little something I want to share with you. As you see, I'm taking the excess coat of polish from one side of the brush, and then the side that I did not remove the excess, that's the side that I used to paint the actual nail. And as you can see, I start in the middle, go from one side, go to the other, and cap the end. I'll explain a little bit more later. But then once that has dried completely, then I go on to polish my nails. In this case, I'm using Polywant a lacquer from the OPI Infinite Shine line. Here you can see closer. I'm going to remove the excess from that one side, and then from the side that I did not remove the polish from, that's the side that I'm going to use to actually polish my nail. See here, I'm going to polish middle, go to one side, and go to the other side of the nail. And you don't have to worry. Look, and then here, this is what I was talking about. After I do that, I'm going to start to polish the end or the tip of the nail. That's called capping it, to make sure I seal or protect the polish and it lasts longer. Now, you don't have to worry about, see that little area right there that I pointed out that is not completely covered? Don't worry. We're going to take care of that in the second coat, but first we are going to paint all of our nails and let that first coat dry completely. And it's really, really important to remember to let your polish dry between each coat, between your base, between your coats of polishes, because if you don't, it is going to cause your polishes, your nail polish to clump up or to become thick, and then also it's going to leave impression marks because it's not completely dry, and then also it's scuff marks or things like that, and then it's also easier for it to kind of peel faster. So that's why it's important to let it to dry between coats. And then don't worry if you see me paint on some or get some polish on some of my skin. We're going to take care of that at the end when I'm finished. So don't worry about that. Don't freak out. And I suggest taking care of it once I've already put my top coat, because then the rest of my polish is kind of already protected. So here you see me do the second coat on all of my nails. And then once I have let that second coat of polish completely dry, and I do mean completely dry, then that's when I'm going to move on with the next step. Always remember to cap or polish the tips of the nail. Want to emphasize. And then depending on each polish, you know, it might take 1-2 coats, sometimes even 3, you know, depending. So once my polish has dried, now I'm going to use again the Ipsy all-in-one, and now it's going to be the top coat. So I'm going to be using this again in the middle and then side to side, and always, even with the top coat, especially with the top coat, I seal it in the tip of the nail. And that's again to protect the polish, and this is going to protect it to make it last longer. And it's very important to do this step. Many times it's very easy to overlook it, but it's like a sealant when you are painting your home. I don't know. I can't think of a clever thing to compare it to, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. You really need to do this. It's like an extra barrier of protection to your nail, especially if you work typing, etc. So now I'm going to use nail polish remover. I'm going to put it in a little dish, and then I'm going to use this very practical tool, which I'm going to link down below in the description box. It's basically a silicone, they call them a silicone brush, and you can find this in the link that I'm going to put down below. It's very versatile. I even use it when I do my acrylic nails. There's many, it's multi-use, but I'm going to use this end and dip it in some acetone or nail polish remover, and then just clean up the edges of wherever it is that I got nail polish. So I'm going to link it down below so you guys can get it. It comes in different sizes, different tips. It's awesome. I really, really recommend it. And it's very affordable. I like to leave this step till the end to clean up the area, because then now by this time that my top coat has dried, and it's like already protecting the nail polish, so it's kind of acting like a barrier protecting what I'm going to clean up between what I don't want to mess up. I hope it's making sense of what I'm trying to say. I hope you get me. Please comment below that you understood what I said, and if not, ask and I'll clarify. Anyways, this is the end result. This picture that I'm going to show you is the day after of painting my nails, and it's on the opposite hand is exactly the same day after, Except on this other hand, I did not prepare properly. And as you can tell, it's such a drastic change between this other picture is 5 days after. And you can tell on both hands, such a big change. One hand is perfectly, almost identical as the same day. On the other hand that I did not properly prepare, it's a complete mess. And I'm pretty sure you can identify. Let me know if this video was helpful to you in some way, somehow, which I hope it was. And if it was, please comment, give it a thumbs up. And if you find these videos helpful and if you want to keep seeing more, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so, and click that bell once again so you get notified, and comment below if you want to see more videos like these, and let me know what you're liking and what you want to see in the future videos. But till next time, I'll see you. Follow me in my social medias if you'd like. They'll be down below. See you next time. Bye guys.